Hey guys, thanks for joining me, and if you like what you see, please subscribe. Hello, welcome to Sharp Ends. So I am going to talk about 6 knives I've been carrying a lot this month, October 2022. I've got my last camping trips in, and I have some knives that I've been carrying on me. Now, these aren't all the knives that I've carried on me, but these are the ones that I've carried probably the most, and the ones that I find the most useful, and the ones that I really like playing. So playing with. These are the cool knives that I currently am using the most in the fall of 2022. So the newest addition has been the Shadow, and usually when I get a new knife, I play with it a lot, and that is true of the Shadow. It needs to be cleaned and oiled. I haven't taken it apart yet. I like to play with my knives for a little bit and get them really worked in before I do that. But I just like to point out that the milling on the pivot is excellent. This is D20. It's from Three Rivers Manufacturing, which if you don't know them, you should check them out. They're having more and more drops. Shadow is harder to get than their other stuff, but they're dropping them more regularly, and if you pay attention to their website, you'll be able to pick one up. None of these have been cleaned, so they've got pocket lint on them. I'm sorry about that. The Shadow, unlike other TRM offerings, does not have a wide variety of scale options. This is just G3 that's textured, but it's milled really nicely. I would love to get this one day in Ultim because they have made one in Ultim and it looks super, super sweet, but I don't have that yet. This is also an ambidextrous knife, which a lot of the all of the TRMs, except for this one, are not. This one has a space where you can move the clip to the other side, which is great. And it's got their river lock, which is their version of the axis lock. And I like that the way that this is, it does run on Omega springs. I've never had a problem with Omega springs. I know that some people have had problems with Omega springs. Anyway, super slicey, super thin metal stock. You can make knives out of thin stock and have them this slicey. And this is perhaps one of the sharpest knives I've ever gotten out of the box. Just really, really, really sharp. I haven't even stropped it yet, and it's still slicey, dicey sharp. I mean, yeah. I like the blade shape. I like the reverse Tonto blade shape, and I like the way that it handles. Ergonomics are great. Automatically you choke up like that. You can hold it back here too, but I usually choke up here. It just feels really, really good in the hand. So that's a fun knife to carry around and play with. Speaking of fun knives to carry around and play with, this is a fidget toy like no other. This is the Nimble, and it opens 6 different, or 100 different ways, I guess, right? You've got the finger flick, you've got the thumb flick, you've got the front open, which I'm really not good at, especially not holding under a camera, but oh, look, I did it. Great. And then this way. Now, this is the liner lock version. They only made, how many of these? They made 100 of these, and I got number 6. I pre-ordered this, and then I waited for months and months and months. The Topo fat carbon I like. One thing I don't like about the Topo fat carbon is that a couple of the layers right here, when the black chips away, and it's only chipped away like in 2 places, it's kind of obvious. But it was only those 2 places where it's happened. Well, actually, that's not even, I think it came like that. This right there, that part right there where the lanyard hole broke off. But it's not that obvious, and it's beautiful. I really like how they did the work on the pivot. I like that little detail. The blade itself is rather small. You can choke up on it, and the ergos are fine. This knife looks cool. It's not necessarily going to scare anyone in the lunchroom, but it has a futuristic look to it, and it looks cool. The blade itself is rather small. I mean, when you compare it to the Shadow, the working edge is only, what is that, 2 inches? 2.5 inches. So not that long, but the blade itself is 3 inches. So, they do pre-orders and drops often. The Nimble, N-Y-M-B-L-E. Check it out. Pick one up. It's lightweight, balanced really well. Ergos are great, and it's a fidget toy, and the action is amazing. The detent on this is really good. The people who did the manufacturing of this was the same people who do the QSP. QSP is the people who do the manufacturing of this. I forget the name of the designer himself, but he designed it, and he's having QSP make these, and they're amazing. Check them out. So those are the two knives that I've been playing with a lot. And then the knife I probably next been playing with, and I only really carry it at home, but I love carrying it, is an automatic. And I live in Pennsylvania, so you can only have this around as a curio. So I just have this in my house, backyard work or whatever, is the ProTech TR3 flagship design of theirs. I had it worked on by way of knife. They did these fish scales. They added some laser etching to it. They sandblasted the clip. Looks really cool. Action is amazing. Sharp. Way a knife guys actually put a working edge on it is extraordinarily sharp. So I actually want to sharpen it a little bit more. They did a fine job as far as a working edge goes, but I wish it was a little bit sharper than this. So this is a fun knife to carry. I like the action. I like the feel of it popping out. So I've been carrying that a lot. And then the folder that I've been carrying the most this entire month is probably my favorite knife ever made so far. And that is the Demko AD 20.5 with textured titanium, 3V steel. I haven't gotten this one modified. I do have another titanium handle one that I got modified. But that one I kind of is a safe princess. I don't really play with that one. This one though, I carry all the time. The texture on this is so great. The action is amazing. The 3V makes this steel super sharp. I have only stropped this a few times. Still hair-splittingly sharp. See if I'll still cut. Yeah, it's still shaving my arm hair. Great action, great feel, lightweight, thin in the pocket. I added this deep carry clip from Lynchpin, and it's just amazing. With this Lynch clip, especially this edition of this Lynch clip is just great. I got the gunmetal Lynch clip, and yeah, great addition there. I also like the shape of the blade. It's really good for work, opening boxes. I'm not worried about the tip. Sharpening pencils, using it because it's 3V, and I do a lot of carpentry projects, shaving off pieces of wood, no problem. I'm not worried about chipping this at all. And then finally, I want to talk about two fixed blades that I've been carrying a lot. One just came in, probably saw this video a couple of weeks ago. It's Creeley design, Creeley blades, Magna Cut, super small, little fixed blade. Ergos are great, handles are awesome. I saw this on Cedric and Ada first, and he recommended it as one of his favorite little fixed blades, and I gotta tell you, it's incredible. The sheath is incredible. It comes with a built-in ulti clip. It sits in my pocket super smoothly. Pull this out, do all kinds of gardening work with it. Magna Cut. Took me a while. You're gonna have to pre-order it. He uses high-end steels. He also uses Rex 45 and other steels I can't quite remember. Definitely check it out. Creeley blades. And finally, the other fixed blade I've been carrying. Now, this Kyvek sheath I got on Etsy because I don't like the ones that Spyderco does. But I did get, this is the Mule, the Spyderco Mule, made in Techuan, Taiwan, which is arguably their best shop. And this is Rex 76 with an incredible hardness, or HRC, of 68 to 70, I believe is what it was advertised as. And Spyderco never fails to heat treat their metals perfectly. You can have a lot of knocks on Spyderco, but the one thing you can't knock them for is their heat treats and their wide variety of and inventiveness of using steels. Rex 76, I don't think that there's another knife made in this. I don't think that there's a single other knife made in this. It's so hard that it's probably impossible to work. I don't think I'm ever going to sharpen it, and I don't think I'm ever going to have to. I mean, the ease at which this is just shaving away is incredible. And with that hardness, like if you take, for instance, this 3V is probably, I don't know what it is, but I'm going to guess it's HRC 64 or 62 to 64. This is, well, I guess it's also about blade shape and blade geometry too. But let me just say that this is going to go dull a lot faster, and it's 3V than this ever will. This is just a freaking beast of a knife. Like, I'm not worried about this chipping ever or ever becoming dull. I can carry this on my belt through survival camping situations, and this is all I need for the apocalypse. Like, apocalypse could come right now, and if I had this on me, I would be just fine. I wouldn't need another knife. This would build me as many shelters as I want, start all the fires I ever need, and I probably never have to sharpen it. So yeah, so those are the 6 knives I'm currently carrying the most. I thought I would just show you guys what my favorites are at the moment. I think I like doing this kind of video. So I think sometime at around Christmas, maybe quarterly, I'll put out another video like this and show you guys what I'm still carrying and what I'm not, and what's heavily in my rotation. And again, these aren't the only things in my rotation, but I would say that, you know, 5 out of 7 days or 4 out of 7 days in the week, I'm carrying at least one, if not multiple ones of these. They're just so practical and so fun to have. This one's not practical. This one's not necessarily practical, but both of these are fun to have. These I'm always carrying at work. They seem to be really good in the shop working with carpentry. And then these two are great to have in the garden and doing all the fall chores now, cleaning out my gardens, all that kind of stuff. These are great for that kind of work. Thanks, guys. Excuse me. Thanks a lot for joining me here at Sharp Ends. And I hope you had fun. And if you like what you saw, please leave a like. And if you didn't like what you saw, please suggest watching this video to your enemy. But whatever you do, do something to pass along the love. I appreciate your time and attention, and I will see you next time. Bye.